Welcome to Conversations with Kay, the channel where I talk about anything that happens to interest me at that time. Everything from true crime, reality TV, TikTok, Katie Joy, Critical K, just about anything that's going on. And as usual, this video is just my opinion and should not be construed as facts. So let's just get right down to it. Meri Brown made a big announcement on her Instagram that she is in love with her husband, her spiritual husband, Cody Brown, because we all know they got divorced on paper. So I wondered to myself, why now? What brought this on? So the timing is so odd to me, because the show's not showing. We're not coming up on a showing. They haven't, I don't even think they've announced if there's going to be another season. So I just find it odd that she picked now to make this big love announcement on Instagram. Tell me what you guys think. But let's take a look at this big announcement she made on her Instagram page. Let's just clarify something here. I love this man. I don't owe anyone an explanation, but I'll do it anyway. I'm well aware that we as a family have chosen to put ourselves out there, which in turn brings about all kinds of speculation, commentary, and opinions. But it comes down to this. My relationship with him is my relationship with him. Sure, we've had up and downs through the years. I mean, isn't that somewhat normal? High highs and low lows, all of which you get to see some of and speculate on, and that's okay. You do you, boo. But here's my truth. I love him. I love my family. I'm committed. I have 30 years in this. We struggle. We communicate. We repair relationships as the parties involved are willing and able. I'm an independent person who does her own thing. I travel a lot. Well, pre-COVID, that is. I have multiple businesses. I have many friends. I have male friends. Gas, shocker. And I won't apologize for that. I'm human, I have feelings, I make mistakes, I rise when I've fallen. Sometimes it takes longer than other times to rise. I will always rise. I get angry, I feel peace, I feel pain, I feel joy, I forgive, I love, I'm human. I'm here, I'm committed, I'm not going anywhere. Don't get your hopes up on that. So that's a lot to unpack. There's a lot in this statement. And you know I'm going to have an opinion on it. That's what I do. Oh, where to start? First of all, she talks about, isn't this normal? Not really, because your relationship, and I don't care how many sister wives or husbands anybody wants to have, but I certainly wouldn't call it a normal relationship by any means. And yes, you are the ones that put this out for everybody to see. So everybody's going to be interested. And the whole catfishing story was out there for everybody to see. The jealousy of the other wives. The fact that many of these relationships are not relationships at all. Many of you don't even talk to each other unless you're on the show shooting. So no, it's not normal. It's just not. I always felt a little hoodwinked by this show because I've watched from the very beginning. And so those of you that also watched from the beginning know that in the beginning, everything was unicorns and rainbows. This was the best life to live. They all loved each other. They had certain limits on things, but they were fine with having sister wives, and they all had a relationship. And this was just the best way to live. I mean, you can even see that in the old intro to the series, which thank goodness they changed because we all found out none of those things were true. Honestly, I feel like they're a miserable group of people many times. As the show went on, it got sadder and sadder to watch. So we can't just erase the past and act like these things didn't happen and these things weren't said. I mean, the last season, Cody was pretty bad about Meri. I mean, he said some horrible things about her. But she did some horrible things to him. I mean, the whole catfishing thing where the voicemails, everybody heard them. So, yeah, they hurt each other pretty bad, I would say. And then the fact that she always seems like the outcast on the show. She rarely posts pictures with him. They showed the therapy sessions. I mean, what else are we supposed to think? What was so telling for me was how it damaged her relationship with her daughter. That was huge to me because that daughter knew all the other things that went on during the catfishing scandal. Even though she didn't talk too much about it, she did let it be known that she tried to warn her mom that she was being catfished, and her mom wouldn't listen to her. And I think her daughter was involved in a lot more of it than we know. And I think that's why their relationship was so strained. So it feels like to me, Meri's trying to go back and rewrite history and act like these things weren't that bad. And these are just normal things a relationship goes through. But they're just not. That's just not. It doesn't matter, like I said, how many sister wives you have. But this relationship with Cody is not a normal relationship by any means. You know, the whole catfishing thing proved that. And the lack of relationships with her sister wives is huge too. I mean, you can see that they clearly don't like each other. Most of them don't even talk to each other anymore. It's just, I don't even know why they continue on with the show. I really feel like, in my opinion, it's probably time to end the show and let it go because it's getting a little depressing to watch it. It's gone so far from where it began. It's like jumping the shark, as they call it. This show has jumped the shark. It may be time to let it go. And I do think she's repaired her relationship with her daughter, but it still didn't seem, even last season, like it was 100% yet. Her daughter seems a little distrustful of her to me. So again, why this big statement now? What caused her to feel like she had to do this in December of 2020? Like, this year hasn't been weird enough. Now we got Meri Brown professing her love for Cody Brown on Instagram. It's like, what? Where did this come from? Really? One of my favorites on this show has always been Maddie Brush. She's like the voice of reason. I love her. I have been following her on Facebook for the business she ran called Lace and Lemons. And she did make a big announcement that she's shutting down her boutique and going to concentrate on her kids and her going to nursing school. I guess she's got a full schedule next semester. I love her. I've kind of always had a bad feeling about Meri ever since Maddie had put some things out there that were quickly deleted. And in my opinion, she was referring to Meri being really mean to them when they were growing up, and Meri was not nice to her, allegedly, while she was trying to sell LuLaRoe. I was so happy when she got out of LuLaRoe and just started selling her own stuff. Smart girl. She could see. So, Maddie, all the best to you. I hope whatever you do, you find much success. I hope I can still follow her on Facebook. I love her kids and watching them grow up. So, yeah, I just wanted to add that in there while we're talking about the sister wives. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And I hope you guys have a wonderful night.